Sometimes we have situations where we need to start a colony in a hive that is completely empty, no started frames, and no way to move frames from a existing hive with brood to make a regular split into. So we'll need to start with just bees and a queen of some type, whether it be a cell, mated queen, or a virgin queen. And one of these situations we have right now is a customer's requested a couple of nucs made into a Lands hive. He's provided these Lands boxes, but we don't have any existing Lands hives ourselves. So no way to move a split into it, so we just start with just bees, and in this case we're going to start with a newly emerged caged virgin queen. Another way that we do this same process is sometimes, every once in a while, we'll use a few of these mini mating nucs that has these small frames in that we have no way of pulling any brood into, and we'll have to do the same process with those. I don't use those mini nucs much. If I do, it's only for my own purposes. I'll make a few queens here and there just to get a little extra for my own use. I don't like the mini nucs. They don't allow the queen to really prove herself, so I don't think it's fair to sell those to my customers. But we will sometimes, every couple of years, we'll make up a few of them, just have some extra queens for expanding out some hives ourselves. This hive here is got 6 frames, but they are not drawn at all. They're just wired frames. That's the way the whole box is. Nothing started at all. So what we'll do in this situation with nothing in a box is we will shake some open brood frames out of another hive that's covered with nurse bees. We'll shake enough bees into this box. In those mini nucs, we'll do 1 to 2 cups of nurse bees. In this hive right here, I'm going to shake 2 or 3 frames of open larva, open brood frames into those, so I know I got a good start of nurse bees in here. Also, when you do that, in either situation, you can add a caged mated queen, add a caged virgin queen, or add a queen cell. Either of those will work. Put some feed in them and close them up. Don't leave them open. You need to close them up, move them into a cool spot inside if possible, or into a good shaded spot, and leave them. I like to leave them 3 days, and that lets them get started feeding, start drawing some comb, and that'll usually hold them pretty good and get that queen cell emerged out, or the cage queen it'll allow her time to get out of the queen cage and get them started. There's different types of ways you can get feed to them when you have them closed up. The mini nucs, they have their own feeder inside. If you're using a lane straw style hive or a long lane with an entrance that you can use a Boardman feeder, you can use that Boardman feeder in the hive. Make sure you close the entrance up to join it where that hive's completely closed off for those first 3 days. In this case, I can't use any of those because there's not an entrance big enough to allow for it. So we use a Ziploc bag in its place. Now this Ziploc bag is extremely too big, but it's all I've got today. I'm gonna just fold it over and put it in the hive and use it anyway. But you just fill it up with sugar syrup, lay that in the bottom of the hive, and prick a few holes in the top, and that'll allow that air to escape, sit down on top of the syrup, and they will drink through those holes in the top. And that works just as good. So after waiting 3 days, grab your hive and move it to its permanent location and just simply set it in place and open up the entrance. You don't want to go into the hive at this time, cause any unnecessary disturbances, and take a chance on them balling the queen and killing her. Especially if you're using a virgin, it's a lot bigger chance on them killing her. So if you're using a mated queen, wait a week, go back in and check for eggs. If you're using a virgin or a cell, give it at least 2 weeks and then go back into the hive, open it up and check for eggs. If you don't find any eggs by that time frame, then just simply introduce a new cell or a caged queen. And you may need to look at the population of bees. It's possible you may need to shake some more nurse bees in.